Hello and welcome. My name is Kata. I am the intuitive healer, and today I'm going to be talking about the connection between your immunity and your emotions and feelings and thoughts. This is a very important thing to talk about, especially now. I think there's a lot of emotional stuff coming up for a lot of people for many different reasons. COVID obviously was a huge trigger for a lot of people and brought about a lot of change that people were not expecting, and therefore that brought about a lot of emotional turmoil and stress and anxiety within that, you know, may not have been there before, or it was there before but it just wasn't really addressed, and now that something sort of triggered it within you, it's able to come to the surface. So in talking with even family members and friends, you know, I'm getting a lot of feedback from a lot of people that they're just going through such difficult times, and it's like, you know, how do we cope with these emotions and how do we deal with them? And then of course being stressed and anxious and all of those things is actually also decreasing their immunity, so they're actually having a very difficult time to get through stressful situations, because, you know, stress really does make us sick. And I explain to people that if you want to be healthy, then it's very important to make that connection, like see the connection that your feelings and your thoughts have 100% everything to do with how your physical body is doing. So it all really comes down to belief. And if you're in a belief system that, you know, being healthy is just, you've never been healthy, maybe you've been told that all your life that you've never been healthy, and you have this belief about like being healthy is not easy for me, it's a challenge, and I always face challenges when it comes to my health, then guess what? That's what you're going to experience, because you have this belief and you have ingrained this belief within your cells and into your body, like so much, with this reaffirming every day because these thoughts really run on autopilot, right? And they're just kind of behind the scenes in our heads, chattering, and it keeps going and keeps telling you all these things. And I say to people, it's very important to check in with your beliefs. You know, what do I still believe, and do those beliefs still resonate with me, and do those beliefs serve me? Like, that's kind of one of the biggest questions, is do your current belief systems or whatever's in there, does that like still serve you right now? Because if you recognize that there is a connection between how you are feeling physically in your body and how you are feeling emotionally, then you're going to see that there's a giant link. Like, it's a huge in your face kind of link between the two. But a lot of people don't recognize it until it's kind of shown to them or pointed out to them. So recognize, like, for example, if you're already stressed out about something, then, and I know everyone knows that, yes, stress causes you know, lowered immunity. Everyone knows this, but at the same time, people kind of really don't make the connection specifically. So when I'm working with someone, I find that they could have a very specific condition, which has to do with the very specific emotion. It could be anything from cancer to heart disease, circulatory issues, broken bones, whatever, like anything and everything can really be actually linked back to your emotions and your thoughts and your beliefs. So I was working with a client recently, and I knew, like, she was just so stuck, poor thing, like she was just really stuck in this belief of like, I'm never going to get better. And I could see it. I could just see how stuck she was in this belief. And she was not only not getting better, despite all the treatment and medication and different things that she was doing, she was actually getting worse. And then when I had a conversation with her one day, and I said, you know, why don't we turn this around? Like open up your internal world to me a little bit and tell me what's kind of going on in your head, and how do you, like, do you believe that you can get well? And her response was basically no. She did not have a belief that she was going to get well. And she wasn't getting well. She was actually getting worse. Despite, again, all of the treatment, all of the medication, all of the different things that they were trying with her, she wasn't getting better. And the reason why this happens is, again, because this is where I link the immunity with our thoughts and our beliefs and our emotions. So if you're constantly in a belief that you're not going to get better, you're not going to get better. But once we turned that around, and I said, what if we just opened up the door to the possibility of getting better, or to the possibility of believing that I no longer have a condition? How about that? And of course, to most people, it's like foreign when you say that. Initially, it takes a little time for them to come around to the idea. But then once you help them put it into practice and they start to use different tools to start believing that as their new truth, that yes, it is possible for me to heal, and yes, it is possible for me to shake this condition, disorder, whatever label they've put on it. Once that switch flips within you and you're able to get it and just see that I can actually influence my health, I do have a say in this. This isn't just, I don't just I'm not just like guided by my body showing me like, oh, this is what's next, and I have no control over it. Absolutely not. We have full control over it. So in my meditations, what I started to do is I focused on different parts of my body and that I knew had some kind of a problem or just a dysfunction or wasn't functioning at full capacity. And those areas I very focused away, like I would start sending light and energy into that space. And I would just, during that time, like while I'm doing this process of visualizing sending the light into that space or into that part of my body or into that organ, I would simultaneously generate this feeling and this belief within myself that it's already better. It's already better. And thank you so much that it's already better. So it's like I'm putting the light in there, but simultaneously reprogramming my mind about how I feel about that thing, condition, disease, whatever, right? So do that, because it's a connection that you need to make and recognize that how I feel about me, how I feel about my physicality is really what I'm experiencing externally, like is what I'm actually experiencing with my physicality. And when you can turn that around within yourself, you can literally do anything with your body and heal anything in your body. And I know that's a very bold statement to make, but it's matter of fact, and science proves it now. So I have no problem making that statement because it's truth. And because I've experienced it myself, because I've gone through the process of feeling something, or even just a headache. Like I could have a pretty wicked headache when pressure starts to change. And what I'll do is I'll just go into the headache and I'll just send light into that area. I will also kind of ask myself what within me, what feelings within me, or what is within me generating this headache, and why am I feeling it? And usually 9 times out of 10, what I notice is that it's like, oh, I'm overthinking again. There's the headache. Migraines are exactly that. It's like this intensified, it's like when your brain is literally like on fire and it just can't handle any more thinking, any more processing. So everything has a key, everything has a solution to it, and everything is connected. And I really want people to understand the connection between your mind and your body, and that they are so linked. And that if you start to understand that it's linked, and that if you start to understand that I am influencing my health and my immunity and how I feel, my overall well-being, I am influencing that every single day with my thoughts, then maybe perhaps you can start to change these and see what happens as a result. Because I've done this. I've done this with when I go for a run and I need to push myself. Everything is like mental work, right? This is the computer here. So why don't I start sending some more positive messages to my body? Somebody that's in fear a lot, they're going to have a ton of low back pain, for example, because fear resides in the low back, is actually stored in the low back in terms of energy. Fear, worry, grieving, depression, all of those things are actually in the low back, because low back has to do with support that we receive from others, or support that you receive from yourself. So your low back is going to ache every single time that you don't support yourself, or every single time that you don't feel supported by others. You see, it's a simple connection. And every single body part, it's like a map. There's a full map to the whole body, and every body part means something. Every organ means something. So there's this beautiful connection within all of us. this like untapped tool that we're just not accessing because we don't know that it's there, or because the average person doesn't know that it's there and that they have influence over their body. So the next time you have a headache, the next time you have a backache, or any part of your body that's sore, or achy or diseased, even, because disease is just a furthering of manifestation. So it's, you've basically held onto a feeling within yourself for so long that it is now manifested into disease. So next time you have any ache or pain in your body, go within and talk to your body and ask your body, or try to figure out what it is that you're storing within. What emotions, how was I feeling this week? Did I have, any disagreements or arguments with anyone? Kind of scan through your week, and then you're going to start to see this pattern and these connection of what kind of transpired and what the end result was, and how you physically felt at the end of that. So hopefully that kind of helps you to understand a little bit how our physicality is connected to our thoughts and feelings and emotions, which I know a lot of people already know out there, but it has to be, I find examples are really helpful for people. So just explaining how the body is connected to the feeling and what is actually happening. It's information. Everything is information. Every thought is information. And your body just keeps picking up on that information. So is it positive information that you're putting out there about yourself or about your life or anything in general, or is it negative? Once you sort that piece out and you start to figure out like, oh, okay, I tend to be more on the negative side, then I have to start redirecting my thoughts and my feelings towards positive outcomes, and be open to the possibility of healing. It doesn't matter what condition or disease you have. It's that openness, it's that willingness to say to yourself that I believe that I can heal. And if you believe that you can heal, it may take time, and it may be a journey, and it may be a really hard one, but I can assure you, healing will happen on some level or form. It will happen, because it has happened in my life. I've had a lot of medical stuff that I've gone through over the years, and 99.9% I have healed with my own willingness to heal, with my own belief that I can heal this. And I did. So if it's possible for me, I'm just an ordinary person like all of you, then it's absolutely possible for you too. So just believe that you can heal. Believe and understand that what you think about yourself, about your body, and about everything and everyone matters, because that information is having a constant effect on your body, whether you know it or acknowledge it or not. It is. So hopefully this information was helpful for you. Try to be a little bit more aware and attentive, and pay attention to what your thoughts are and what your feelings are, and do they support me? Do those thoughts and those feelings support me? Do I feel like I'm a bag of crap every day, or do I feel like I'm awesome? And it's okay if you're not doing it right. Nobody is doing it right all the time. Nobody. It's just the belief that, it's just the understanding that I am okay and I am enough, and I'm going to accept myself as I am and where I am right now, because I know that I'm here to learn. So I can't know something that I haven't learned yet, and I shouldn't expect myself to know. So you see, like, this is the perception, I think, that needs to change within people, so that they can get out of their heads and start to get into their hearts more and start feeling what's right for them, instead of constantly allowing the chirping in the head to interfere with all that we want to experience. So on that note, this is the end of this video. I hope it was helpful for you. I will continue to make these videos. I actually really enjoy making them. I love to share whatever I can with others, especially if it's uplifting and it can help you in any way whatsoever. Then I'm just excited to share it. So thank you so much for watching and for being here, for wanting to improve yourself, and taking the time to listen to this message. and stay in tune. I will definitely be putting up more content. The stuff comes pretty much daily, so I'm going to try my best to deliver it to you guys as quickly and as effectively as I possibly can. So lots of love to you. Take care. Love yourself. Pay attention to those thoughts, and don't let the ego and the mind and the shadow side run away with you. You know, don't let it be the ruler and the controller of your life. We're right at the winter solstice. This is the most important time in literally 800 years that we've had. This conjunction Saturn and Pluto, or sorry, I'm sorry, Saturn and Jupiter right now is so huge. It's so profound. There's so much happening. It's going to be bringing up emotional baggage. It's going to be bringing up stuff for you. Let it do that, because it's trying to purge. It's trying to get rid of all that no longer serves you. So allow the feelings to come to the surface. Look at them, sit with them, process them. Let yourself feel sad if that's what you need. Let yourself cry if that's what you need. These are all forms of release. So just allow yourself to release and let go of all that no longer serves you, so that you may begin 2021 with a brand new attitude, with a brand new perspective on life, and with a lot of hope and love in your heart, not only for yourself, but also for this planet and for everyone on it. So I love you. Take care of yourself, and see you soon.